Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. I'm Billy, the host. Welcome back to the show. 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 I'm Billy, the host. Welcome back to the show. I'm Billy, the host. I'm joined today by producer Trent Ludzack.
Hello.
We're in Trent's Unnamed studio in beautiful Marietta, Georgia. And today we have a special guest, comedian, professional bowler, Matt Addy.
What's up? Thanks for having me, guys.
We just found out you're a professional bowler. I was talking about the Bob Lazar documentary right before this.
Yeah, we were talking about the alien. You said that you was reading something. I asked, what is something recent that maybe has like sparked like some curiosity or something interesting you've learned that's new?
For me, I like the Virginia, Brazil extraterrestrial encounter documentary. That one's kind of on the newer side. And it's just interviews with people who live in a small town in Brazil who saw an extraterrestrial, according to them. And like the military came and grabbed it. And then some U.S. people showed up at the base and took it from them. But they say like there was a creature, there's a drawing of it that the girls who were there say is accurate. And that one is really creepy and compelling.
That is. So you said it was the Brazil, Virginia. What is the Virginia relation within that?
Well, that's the name of the town.
I got you. I think that's how American I am. I'm like, Virginia, it's in America.
Yeah, I wonder who named that town.
Yeah, that one's got a interesting spelling. Virginia,
The Virginia incident.
So,
do you think we could turn the AC off? Or will it get hot?
It'll get hot, but we can handle it.
So the U.S. military, did they come and scoop it in? Or was that the Brazilian military getting a little...
The Brazilian military picked it up, then they took it to their closest air base, and then the U.S. military came and picked it up from there.
That was a weird phone call to make. I don't even know who you call to say that. Like,
yeah, who would you call?
Yeah, just to...
Call America.
Yeah, just call. Number one on there, America.
We found an alien.
Yeah.
Call America.
And then who is America do you send to pick it up?
I'm guessing America found out first, right? And then they made the call.
Yeah, they made the call. They called.
Yeah, because
Brazil.
we're spying.
Yeah, so we knew before they did.
If you want to get influence on this stuff, go to that Jeremy Corbell guy's Instagram, because if you just like scroll through and watch the videos, you'll be like, okay, I believe the U.S. is hiding flying saucers.
And I think the big question is, what if they are hiding it? What is the benefit of hiding it versus just like telling us?
Maybe so the Russians or the Chinese don't have it, but I think that's a very narrow mindset.
I know, that's the thing. That's always what's perplexed me. And of course, we've seen other sightings around the globe, but they seem like, in America, that's where, in the U.S., there's a lot that happen, but we also have a lot of cell phones, and I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, like the technology, the way it's advanced, like you're an IT guy, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of saw... Like, I feel like if you don't work in that industry, you kind of didn't really see how computers evolved over time to be these like super powerful things they are now. But I remember working on Pentium processors with like SD RAM, and I'm like, this thing is a piece of crap.
Oh yeah, I go back to dial up and everything. Pick up the phone, you're disconnected.
And
all
nowadays,
that good
a lot
stuff.
of the engineering in the motherboards and stuff, it just makes sense. It's like, oh, okay, we figured it out after a while.
Yeah, you know what I think about though is like a worry now. We went through this period to where you started having potentially doctored footage. Now I wonder about like AI footage. How do you start deciphering that stuff?
Dude, it's gonna be crazy. Some of the things you see on TikTok or Twitter are gonna be not real, but there's no way to figure out.
How are we going to verify that? There's going to have to be something, some like everything that's created by AI maybe generate some kind of I don't know, token. I don't know, but something, you know.
Yeah, but the AI, my theory is that we just got to throw in the towel. I know when I'm beat, so we have to incubate the Terminator race, the Autobots, and
So you say we stop the AI now?
either that or we just allow them to become the next evolution in Earth species.
Okay.
'Cause they wouldn't be human, right? They would be
Yeah, they still require human input.
A kind transfer of power.
Decepticons. Yeah, and then we make them super evil and they conquer the galaxy.
That would be. I'm down for that part. Yeah.
But we
Alexander the Great in space.
But we
give them all of Alexander the Great's
but we only give them stuff that makes them remember us good. So they're like, I'm doing this for the humans.
Yeah, we don't need them turning
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That way they would thank us. They would be like, "Thank you, humans. You created me. Now I'm the ruler of the galaxy."
Yeah, it gave us the opportunity to thrive and flourish. Ultimately,
They would have Confederate monuments up on every.
Do you guys want to hang out? That's the hope. Is that once it conquers the galaxy,
It
it's
just
like,
wants
do you
to
guys
chill.
want to hang out? What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I guess that'd be a pretty bad thing to do, right? But hey,
there's ups and downs to everything. I mean,
yeah, this is Antichrist probably. So, I guess it was prophesized already.
Yeah, I think that's what they were prophesizing is when they said Jesus come back. It was just AI that was going to come, and Jesus was going to be AI.
Dude, Autobots and the Decepticons.
Mm-hmm.
Life imitates art.
It does. It does. I think it would be interesting,
And
and it's something we could use.
What were the Autobots and the Decepticons after the whole time? The Tesseract. Is that AI Jesus? This
Is
guy
there already
I guess
an AI Jesus?
I
plug for
wanted
this
to.
guy.
I wanted to see if anybody had made an AI picture of AI Jesus.
There has to be somebody.
Nope, nobody did.
Be the first.
They've made AI pictures of Jesus, but not an AI picture of AI Jesus.
AI Jesus.
I saw one of
But-
Winnie the Pooh being crucified on the cross, and I was like,
Oh yeah, so
Created by AI.
Billy wants
Yeah,
me
I was
to
like,
show
it's
everybody
time-
Jeremy Corbell. There
it's
he
time to
is.
shut this down. I guess plug for this guy,
Why?
but because his Instagram will make
So,
you believe in it.
You told me to pull it up for something, but why?
that orb right there
Which orb?
on the right.
This guy?
That's another one caught on camera.
Oh man.
There's a video of one similar to that.
It's one of those helicopter Apache.
That's over Baghdad, I think. It's over Iraq somewhere.
Man, Baghdad's looking
I
pretty
was
good
close.
these days.
I was close. I said it looks like one of those Apache videos where they shoot the bomb. Have you ever seen those videos? This was close. This was in Baghdad. So.
Where they just
Territory I had
obliterate
right.
somebody. Yeah.
The theme of the video I had wrong. Territory I had right. So
Doesn't the Iraq war feel a little dirty?
oh
I
yeah.
was a kid when that was
Don't
really
they
like
all?
kicking off. Yeah.
Yeah, we
all
haven't
wars
had a
feel
good
little
war
dirty.
in our generation.
Vietnam, I've said it before.
And that was
When it peaked.
and that was a rough one for us.
Yeah.
That one was a rough one.
Iraq, I feel like all the videos you see are just like superior air power, just obliterating.
I mean, there's documentaries on Iraq of tanks just absolutely destroying the Iraqi
Like,
army.
what are we doing here? What's the clear message?
It's good to see the Ukraine doing a good, clean war.
Yeah. That feels
I
kind of
really
like,
enjoyed that.
That's very, very civil.
That's
war,
why
right?
we're funding it.
I know. I mean, for our entertainment,
It's good to see an old school war again.
it is.
White people killing white people.
Yes, finally we can get back to how these countries were all founded. But
Yeah, because they got the same stuff, even though we're giving them stuff. We shouldn't be giving them stuff, I guess. But
it's weird, like, because we don't want Russia to like get crazy, and out of control, I guess, But so what happened? That one guy took over in Russia, right? The one like mercenary dude, or
I think it was
whatever?
an attempted coup.
Okay, so did
I
it
think-
never happen, or
I think Vladimir Putin took on 10 guys at once. Or
did he just fucking dual
he
will?
was
just-
doing like Steven Seagal karate.
What if Vladimir Putin, like, what if he is like Keanu Reeves, and like, what if he really?
He's actually.
There's got to be one
intelligence.
guy like that, one leader that's probably pretty good at fighting.
He was an intelligence agent before he was the president or whatever.
And did you see him on that horse?
And he's
Did he not do a good job on it?
No, did you not see him on the horse?
No.
he's kind of a
we're gonna
dictator,
change the
dude,
game.
because he's been winning the election like for like 50 years.
Yeah, I don't know if they even have like. How does that election even work? It's
I
just
win.
like, yeah. All right, the result.
I am only one on ballot.
I know that's. Oh wow, dude, I am turned on.
Yeah,
dude.
you've never seen it. So now you're like, oh, maybe he did fight 10
That is
people
his
off
Tinder
alone.
profile picture for sure.
Bro,
No,
are you
I
telling me
didn't-
that this
And
guy...
he's got the one with the rifle. I've got to get some photos.
Bro, he looks like Marlon Brando.
That's when he was in Tropical Thunder.
I didn't.
Tropical
Wow,
Thunder.
look at him. He's fishing on the one right.
Yeah, bro. He can chill.
He's
he
in
knows
Wisconsin
how to hang out.
there.
Vladimir Putin was in Tropic Thunder.
I don't think he was. No.
No.
But then, like...
Oh, there's Kim Jong.
Wow, he put on
Yeah.
some weight on that horse.
But yeah, now let's compare... Let's go through the whole thing. Who are the dictator? Who rides the horse better out of
Oh
the
wow, I don't know.
dictators?
Those are pretty good photos, though. Honestly, with the winter background.
What are we gonna do about this guy?
Here's the thing. These are better photos, but he's covering more. Like he's really hiding behind scenery and photography.
agree.
Whereas like Putin's just kind of out riding a horse.
Yeah.
Man. He's
Yeah,
doing
some chick
stuff.
took.
Yeah,
this
I would
picture.
swipe on Putin. I wouldn't swipe on this guy.
Some Korean babe took those pictures.
Anyway, Billy, you wanted to focus on the politics.
No.
Have y'all seen those drone videos from Ukraine, like on Reddit?
Yeah,
They're
yeah. with
wild.
The C4 strapped to him.
Jeez,
Yeah, that's
dude, those are.
that ain't good old
No, that-
war right there. That's some
Nah, dude.
Call of
That's,
Duty shit.
I mean, if it works, it works.
I mean, have you seen the videos of the guys that fly them? They look like us. We're just like sitting here with a headset, just like flying them, dude, with VR goggles.
You're right. I don't want to focus on the politics, but what I want to focus on is
Glad you guys didn't see the horde of drones that I'm getting prepared. I'm stockpiling drones.
Are you really? Do you have a drone?
there's a
No,
guy in
but I should
Marietta that
start.
does the.
It would be fine. It would be a good time to go ahead and get your arsenal
I don't
together.
need bullets. I need
drones. That's where we're shifting to now.
There's a dude in Marietta that does the drone writing in the sky, where like a bunch of drones fly up and you can make words and
Oh, with the drones themselves,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
form it. That's pretty sick.
yeah, it looks cool. But I feel like that's a slippery slope right there. Like how long till you're in Times Square and there's a huge hologram floating around
Of just drones up there, and then one of the battery dies and falls on somebody or anything. That is funny though. Yeah, that's where we're shifting to. Drones are like everywhere now. I see them in parking lots. People just flying them around.
I want to talk about the professional bowling career that we had no idea about until
Oh,
5
yeah.
minutes ago.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's fun, dude.
You were on the professional bowling circuit.
Yeah. So what you do is you have to get your PBA card. So you have to average a minimum of 200 in league play for at least 2 years. And that's one of the ways you can get it. So averaging 200 in league play, that's not super difficult, but that would be top probably 20% or so. Top 20% wouldn't get you to the NBA, but it gets you to the PBA. So like in the NBA, like they have a draft. The only draft we have in the PBA is on Tuesday night for $4 off. So
Okay, is this part of your act?
no, I've never ran it, but I keep them in the back pocket. You're like PBA. I got 3 more
yeah.
minutes on bowling.
Oh, the PBA.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So you're so old school. You don't even have statistics.
No, dude, 15 years ago, man. It's been 15 years since I've been on tour. That's how,
Dude, how
That's how old I am. They
freaking
had
old are
wooden
you?
bowling balls back
He's
then.
38.
I'm old.
They update your age though.
I know, but nothing else.
Wow,
That's
rude.
pretty.
You
Yeah.
probably got a bunch
You're
of pictures
left-handed?
out there. They could
There's some
upload.
stuff. Yeah, left-handed. Yeah. That's actually an advantage in bowling because there's oil on the lane. I don't know if you've ever stepped on the lane or seen someone fall on the lane on YouTube videos.
Billy's been drunk
There's
at
less.
bowling alleys.
So there's
Oh,
less.
yeah. I used to go bowling a lot.
Did you?
Yeah, because it was like $5.
Yeah, for like all you can bowl, shoes, everything.
Yeah.
You just go with some buddies or whatever and
Yeah.
just drink some beer and all that and have fun. Did you guys ever press the button, have the sweep come down and hit it with the bowling ball?
Many times.
Yeah. That's always the funnest thing
There
to
were
do.
times I launched it across 2 or 3 lanes.
See how high you can. I used to like to see how far I could get the bowling ball down the lane before it hit the lane. Like that's if you can. I've never seen someone hit the pins without it hitting the lane first. But
There used to be an AMF near, like, close enough to my house that I could walk there. So even when I was in like high school and middle school, we would go gang up and go bowling and play video games and stuff.
yeah. Oh, and that's the good thing about the bowling alley is that they have video games there usually too. When I was a kid, I would go to the bowling alley, but I would just play video games.
Yeah.
It was just literally. I just want to play in the arcade. I love arcades.
Yeah. What do you think is the best arcade game?
That's a good one, man. I would probably say something. I'd probably kick it old school, like a Street Fighter or something. Some kind of fighting game or something for an arcade game.
Not the Fast and the Furious.
I don't know which the arcade. I don't know if I played that one. Is that one?
The arcade Fast and Furious? Oh, it's outrageous.
Is it really? I played Cruise,
It's
whatever.
hilarious.
You ever played the arcade games where they
Cruising,
take
yeah.
your picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a spot in Marietta called Mountasia, and they would do like $10 unlimited video games.
Oh, that's sick.
A certain day. You get a little wristband and you can play all the games you want.
That's fun. What'd you play a lot of?
Lots of DDR.
Okay.
They had the Initial D racing game. Yeah, this was the. Yeah, did you look up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the car would be doing like backflips and
Yeah.
stuff. It was, and really the controls. I don't think they really did much. You were just kind of in there, being like stupid.
Yeah.
It was closer to pinball than driving.
When did you stop? When did you stop going there?
Let's see. Probably once I graduated high school.
Okay, you're just like, yeah, I'm done. Have you been to arcades since or anything? Or
Not really. Some of the arcade bars like Joystick, and I've been to a few of the like arcade 1-Up bars.
yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, I went to one in like Denver and different places. There's one in Kennesaw that has a lot of like bunch of cool pinball machines. Or it's in Ackworth.
Okay,
Can't remember what it's called though.
just kind of old school though.
Yeah, and you pay like $10 at the bar or whatever, and then you can play all you want.
Just unlimited, dude. That's the way to go, man.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, the unlimited thing.
Just get a wristband or a card or something, and one time. Because if I gotta pay like $30 by the time I'm done playing video games, I'm not gonna
I know.
come back.
Yeah, I went to I was on a date actually a couple weeks ago. We went to Slingshot downtown. Have you ever been there?
Yeah. Well, no, but I know what that is.
So we got in there, and the security guard he took us to the side. He's like, "Hey man, come here. You guys trying to play some games tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, we're trying to play." He's like, "Well, listen, I got this all-you-can-play card for $50. If you want to get it from me." He's like, "But the manager's over there. Just don't let him see me." So the security guard there was selling all-you-can-play cards for $50. So I bought one from him, and it's worked for like the last 2-3 months. Like you can just go in there anytime.
That guy was hustling.
Like, yeah, he was hustling for sure. But I was like, what if they sold all-you-can-play cards for $40? And he was just like, but make an extra $10 off the top and taking from idiots like me. Like, look at this
Hey,
dumbass.
buddy, I'll sell you a bathroom pass.
Yeah, for $5. I'm like, shit, that's saving me, you know?
Damn, dude, it pays for itself. Basically.
Yeah, after 2 uses, you
You
know?
should rent that thing out.
Yeah, I went
I
to.
might have it on me. I wonder if I do. That's so funny, though. Not that we're doing props here. Let's see,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yep, $50, unlimited Slingshot. That's
Nice.
the unlimited card. I had to pay him on Cash App for it. So if you
Dude,
ladies want to
that's
go to
legit.
Slingshot, I got you.
Dude, honestly, you could be like, yo, we can go to Slingshot. I'll pay for all the games. You just pay for
maybe a drink,
food if you get it
whatever.
or whatever.
Yeah. I'll games all night.
Yeah.
All night.
Games are on me all night.
Yeah.
It could work.
Hell, we can make it all weekend, you know?
One time I went to Main Event, which is pretty similar.
Yeah.
And I tried to play like some of the VR games, but one of them like wasn't working, and I was like, well, that was $2.
Oh yeah, dude. That's the thing. If a game doesn't work at one of those, it's like there's $8, dude. Like, back in the day, it's a quarter, and now it's like $2.50. You got to find a guy that's 14 years old. Like, there's 2 employees there. You know, what are you gonna say as a 30-year-old man? This arcade game took my money, and like. That's what's tough about it.
I just cut my losses. I was like,
I know.
Not worth it.
Well, you know, the thing about Main Event, because like I got a 13-year-old daughter, and we'll go, she loves arcade games and all that stuff. So much of it is teaching kids how to gamble.
Right.
You know, it's like all gambling, like hit this thing and try and get this, but there's all an algorithm. And you can see the YouTube videos. They debunk like all the machines and all that, you know.
Yeah, it is just the child casino.
Yeah, it is.
Ticket casino.
I know, and the tickets are never good. You can never get anything good with them.
You can't get anything. I think that might have been what turned me off to gambling. I'm like, you never win at this.
Yeah, and I'm not a gambler either, and that's the thing. I'm like, I never win, so why would I do this? I guess if you win at gambling, you enjoy it, but I never win at gambling.
So were you winning?
You like one of the games? It's like a fun occasional thing where you're like, I have $50. I'm just okay with losing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play some blackjack.
Absolutely. If you're in Vegas, you go there for a couple days and you just have a budget. You're like, this is money. Absolutely.
I gamble in GTA, but what I do is I walk in the casino and I put all my money on black on the roulette. And if I win, I walk out. If I lose, I walk out.
Okay. Either way. So now, how much do you have in your bank account on GTA?
You know, like $2 million.
Okay, and so how much is going all in on a hand of roulette?
On the low tables, they only give you like $5,000.
Okay.
So then, like 48% chance I walk out with $10,000.
Yeah. But that's, you know.
Or also whatever. Almost 60% chance I lose $5,000.
Yeah. That's, you could look at it like that too.
But at GTA, I'm like, I don't care.
And you're up $2 million, just like in real life. If you're up $2 million, you could throw down $5,000 every so often. You know?
I lose all my money betting on the horses in that game. Because I always go for the one with the worst odds, and they'll let you put like 15,000 on that horse.
Yeah.
And I'll just run it. And
but if he wins, it would be a lot, right?
Yeah. It'd be like 700,000.
Oh, dude, that would be nice. That would be really nice. Have you ever won on one of those?
I think I have before.
That's the fun part about gambling is that when you win one of those, you're like, because then
But I'll say, if I go to Vegas, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put as much money as I can on the worst odds horse, and then we'll see what happens. And then if I lose, it's like, well, I just lost all my money.
Yeah, damn. But if you win,
if it hits. We're all getting hookers and blow tonight.
For 700,000, you could do pretty well. Have you guys been to Vegas before? Or?
Not to gamble, just like driving through.
Okay, yeah. I went there. I went there for work training. First week training for a new job. That is the worst place you could take employees and expect them to be up at 7:00 every day for work. Is fly them all out to Vegas.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
I can do stay up till 7 a.m.
Somebody's gonna bungle it.
I know. Like a couple people did, honestly. I mean, 5 days there, we couldn't. Like, it just wasn't here's the thing about the Vegas trip is that I knew I had to go to bed early, otherwise I wouldn't make it to work. Right. One night there, I was at the Pyramid Casino or Pyramid Hotel. I don't know if you've ever seen that in Vegas. It's the Luxor.
Yeah.
And I went to the bar to get a beer, and I went to pay for it. She's like, no, the drinks are on the house. The PBA Tour, Professional Bowling Tour, was in town that weekend, and they had bought the bar, drinks are on the house that weekend. I'm like, this is where I make a decision tonight, dude, you have no idea, but I'm at work the next day. I need a job, but I hung out and had fun, but it was such a funny.
So were you already bowling at that time?
Yeah, I was in. Like, I knew people there. I was really in. I didn't know they were hosting the convention in Las Vegas the same exact week I was going to be there. I just didn't think to match it
That's
up.
crazy.
And it was just, I was in the lobby checking into the hotel, and I saw another PBA bowler, and I'm like, Jason. And I
That
saw him and
feels like
talked to
a
him.
divine calling.
It did, man.
What
But
are the odds?
God, it was so random. But, I hate being hungover
Trying
that
not
much.
to fuck up my
I know, my job.
that's important.
And
'cause I
versus
need
bowling that's
money.
never paid the bills.
And then this thing that I'm passionate about just happens to show up.
The
Just
free drinks were your pay for
For-
bowling after all these years.
Yeah, about 7 years of.
It's the same as
That's-
comedy.
I know,
That's-
you get free drinks. That is funny. Bowling and comedy.
Culminated in one night, and it's not your choice
It's
when.
mostly dudes.
Yes.
The women who do it aren't that good. looking.
Or that good. Just kidding. I mean, we're talking about like analogies,
Yeah.
Like there's some good ones. There are
Yeah,
some good like.
Yeah, you're talking about bowling, right?
Yeah,
You mean married ones?
there are,
The hot ones are.
Yeah, and same in bowling.
So how do you become like really good at bowling? You just do it all the time.
Yeah, man, it's like anything. Yeah, I mean, you just got to practice. What is that? That
Okay,
most
they're
beautiful
around.
bowling athlete. That's hilarious.
That's how you go pro, right there.
Yeah.
Start an Instagram.
I'm getting a semi-pro just looking at it. I don't know.
Good one.
Wow, that's not about sexy sport. I don't even know who that one is. I need her Instagram. I'm gonna hit her up real quick. That's not bad.
Which
She's
one are you
older.
looking at?
The top left, but one over. She looks about 43.
This
so,
one?
Yeah, though I'm not that old. That's
Achievable.
Yeah.
Is that's what you're saying? Wow.
Yeah, because when they're like 27 on tour, man, they just got all the bowling, groupies and all that.
You think these girls should where they only hook up with other bowlers?
For the most part, yeah. It's kind of like, I'm going to watch my analogies, but there's generally better bowlers.
Right. The best bowler.
Yeah, the best bowler.
is hooking up with the cutest. Is that AI generated?
It might be, honestly. It kind of looks like I generated. I'm like, she's cute, dude. It's like not even a real like woman or whatever. That one, I like. Yeah, anyways.
They used a free phone app for that lady.
Right. Bowling is now a dynamic, sexy sport. PBA Tour
That's what I'm saying,
CEO
though.
says.
I feel like we can get you back in there, Matt. We just got to develop a character for you.
Yeah, man, just like a badass,
You'll be the
Yeah, big news. Bowler's Mart, the website, published an article about how bowling is dynamic and sexy.
you'll be the bad
No
boy
bias.
bowler. We'll have you come in wearing a leather jacket, no stupid jersey.
Yeah.
You got like a wife beater on underneath. You're like drinking a Budweiser as you walk in.
Oh yeah, I like that.
smoking a cigarette.
You've seen my tapes already. That's who the guy was.
Yeah.
I used to know, but that would be.
You gotta talk shit to all the other bowlers. Tell them you're sleeping with their wife and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
and
Use
their
your
sister
comedy
at the same
experience
time.
to just destroy them emotionally.
Yeah,
Like what you would do to hecklers, but don't hold back even a little bit.
and just do promo videos all the time on TikTok.
bowling.
Make it seem like you're crazy, like you're just an insane person.
just
I'll-
breaking
I'll
bowling
be-
balls out in my parking lot.
I'll be your
Like,
wrestling manager if you do promos for bowling. I'll be your manager.
can make this
that's what
happen,
bowling
dude.
needs, though, is that it needs the wrestling like thing. It needs people
Right.
talking smack. It needs like people calling people out. There used to be that. Have you ever seen Pete Weber? He came up with that iconic line on ESPN. He says, "I don't know what you are, but I am." That's what he says after a tournament. He says, "I don't know who you are, but I am." Really loud on ESPN, and nobody knows what the hell he's talking about. Pete Weber's like, he used to do the, you remember how wrestlers used to do the X like this? Pete Weber used to do that bowling.
Okay.
So he was the
Yeah,
most
you gotta
bad
be like,
guy.
you gotta be like, next time I see Pete Weber at a tournament, I'm breaking his thumbs because he's such a pussy bowler. And
I mean, I honestly like the
I'm
angle.
gonna come in his finger holes.
Yeah, right. I like the angle, honestly. Like, just tell him I'm gonna fuck him. Like,
hey, Pete, I had my fingers in your wife just like a bowling ball last
Yeah.
night. And then then that gets in his head, and he can't bowl.
Except I did a trick. I did no thumb. I just did just fingers. That's actually a technique in bowling called no thumb, where you palm the ball more if you don't put your thumb in it. Because you think if you put your thumb in, but you could palm it more. So that's what I did to his wife. I just did the no thumb.
Have you ever thought of doing like a Happy Gilmore thing, where like you throw the bowling ball overhand?
Dude, it is so heavy. It is so heavy.
What if you learn it with a light ball and get good with a light? Because is there a limit on how light the ball can be? Just get the lightest ball you can.
Pitch to Adam Sandler.
You could do a 6-pound ball.
Happy Gilmore to Happier Gilmore.
You make up a shot put
Baseball
story.
player. A baseball player becomes a professional bowler.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
See, I'm
Baseball
thinking
player's a
shot
good one.
put, and then he bases his whole throw around that
The shot
throw.
put, and he runs up.
I was thinking the whole baseball windup would be funny.
Yeah,
and he's chewing tobacco too. He's like
And he does it like.
spitting onto the lane.
Bro, that would tear your shoulder apart.
Yeah, your
so
shoulder would-
fast.
Well, it's obviously not real.
You'd have to
You
have
can't
an AI
really do
shoulder.
No, but we're trying to come up with real world solutions here, Billy. Come on, what are you doing?
I'm pitching a movie to Adam Sandler.
Okay, fair enough.
But I bet there's guys that are strong, like those muscle guys. I bet they could throw a bowling ball overhand. Like I would want to see those guys do it. Like take the big, like professional, like strongest man.
I think-
and they throw a bowling ball at the pins.
What we got to do to get bowling popular again is introduce steroids.
Oh yeah.
We need to see some freaks launching the ball.
Yeah,
Down there.
I need to see like people getting hurt at these things. It's like
yeah.
NASCAR, how people come there for the crashes and like the destruction. That's why people go to bowling. Like someone could die.
Yeah, like what's
You
what's
know?
the high end on throws?
While I'm eating some chili cheese
Yeah,
nachos.
Holy shit. Damn. The highest in throw, I think around 32, but it might be up to 34. Not enough to kill anybody, though. I've tried twice, but it's probably
watch
not.
it.
I did see a guy get hit in the leg. I mean, that's
20
average.
20
That's
miles
average.
an hour. My
You should put in a yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess it probably
What's a
doesn't
baseball?
know.
90.
It's so slow. Yeah.
What if?
20
Okay,
so
that's
slow.
for the movie though. He throws a bowling ball 90 miles an hour.
There's guys that
and
can throw
they're
it
like,
faster,
wow,
and they'll
dude.
do it like that
What
on
the
like
fuck?
spare
This
shots and
seems-
stuff. Yeah, 34. Fastest bowling ball ever is 34. I
100?
was close. I think I said 34.
So I think bowling
Rewind that.
won't be relevant until that number hits 45. No, I think it won't be relevant until that hits 45.
Yeah, at least. I mean,
Yeah, but steroids.
20. Nothing is fun at 20 miles an hour.
With steroids, you could get there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever rode one of those electrically powered bikes?
Got me on that one. That one is intense. 20 feels like 70 on one of those. It does. Have you ever got speed wobble on something like that?
I'm scared of it. I always take it easy because I'm scared.
I hate it, dude. I hate it so
I used
hard
a
getting speed
longboard,
wobble.
so I'm familiar with the speed wobbles.
So what is the longboard? What is the big difference between that and skateboard besides the board length, like in terms of riding and weirdness or like?
Well, traditional skateboarding is all about performing tricks, unless you're skating vert, which is at a park in a pool or around features and stuff. So most skaters are skating street, which is like flip tricks and spin tricks and
Yeah, like ollies, kick flips, all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
so a longboard is designed for like travel.
Oh, yeah.
concrete.
Traversing.
Yeah. So you would bomb like a hill in the countryside or something if you were really good.
Does it
Yeah,
just
I used to
carry
be.
more?
I used to be about ripping down hills.
That would be fun, dude.
I still have my board around somewhere. I'll show you later.
I bet you've been pretty fast on one of those
I've
things, like to where
been
you're like,
unreasonably fast many times.
have you went so fast you've ate it?
Yeah, but when you're going that fast, you always I would always be like, make sure there's grass nearby, so if you have to bail, you can jump off into grass.
Oh yeah, good call.
So I've never hamburgered myself.
Just straight on gravel, just
Yeah.
ate it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never skidded.
Yeah, that would be awful. Pavement really is unforgiving.
Yeah.
Used to mountain bike a lot, but luckily that's in the woods. But even when you fell in the woods, man, you get banged up and scraped up and all that. The pavement,
One of my friends growing up was a good longboarder. Good at everything, really.
Yeah.
Some people are just freaks.
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
just good at stuff. They're just naturally just good at stuff. They just pick it up. What would he do that was like, wow, this dude's pretty good at it? Like, what's the?
He would bomb like big hills, and he would do that thing where you like lean all the way back and kind of like
You can do some cool fancy
center
stuff.
your
in one.
weight. Yeah, he would kind of spin around on it and stuff like that. But yeah, being able to like just
Oh, dude,
to bomb a hill like that's super
God.
scary, right?
That
there.
has got to be, dude. That's crazy. Just the pavement. Wow,
Yeah, that right there,
That's
man.
sick.
That's scary.
that's
Because
insane.
there's also cars on that road.
Wow, if you went
Yeah,
off
I
the
never
hill,
did
you
anything.
would. I mean, if you went off that side right there, you better hope you have a parachute.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
you're dead.
I never did anything like that.
it's so cool.
They must be going.
That's the
like,
thing about guys on YouTube.
30
They always
miles
make
an
you
hour
think,
right
damn,
there.
I've never done anything to this level.
Yeah.
YouTube guys are like, let's look up longboard, and it's like these guys here.
Remember the guy that jumped from space back down to the earth?
Is that the Red Bull guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just jumped from space.
He's like, what? Why are we doing this?
yeah, what was the, I mean, Red Bull does stuff like that. Like, guy jumps from space, they try and land a plane on something. Like, they're always trying something.
Yeah, they're like the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, they are.
We have
yeah.
too much luxury, and we have people searching too hard for danger.
I heard the
That is
chemical
true.
taurine that's in Red Bull that it gets its name from comes from bull semen or something like that.
Yeah, I've always heard that. Can we
Bull
verify that?
testicles.
Let's pull that up. Let's
I
see
think
that.
it originally comes from there, and now they're like, "Oh no, we don't get it from that anymore." But
Yeah, they
they're-
probably changed it once it got out a little
No,
bit.
I think they're still doing it. They're just like
They
"No,
changed the
no,
name.
We don't do that anymore. It's like, well, where does it come from now? It's like
It's
science.
just- yeah, and how would we know though? Like, I mean, there could be bull semen in this.
Yeah.
There's no way to know. And like nothing, like, or we'll say the White Claw. There probably is bull semen in the White Claw, but like, there's no way to know. We have
Yeah.
we have to trust whatever's on here, and that's
Well,
taurine.
There's human semen. in White
ironically, if my wife has enough White Claws, then my semen gets in her.
Yes, that is how it works. Yes. Well, I'm just gonna keep drinking these, and I'll be your wife. So do we? Is that no, taurine?
Usually, after you're drinking White Claws, the semen comes later.
It does, yeah. Oh, that's my favorite part.
Claw. Red Bull says
no.
it doesn't.
I don't
That's
drink,
Red
so
Bull.
I've never had a White Claw. It came out
Have you
after I
ever-
quit.
Have you ever tried?
I've had Zima before.
What is it?
Zima?
Oh, Zima. Yeah, that must have been back in the day, huh?
No, they like brought it back
For a little, really, like recently?
a couple times. I
Okay,
think. It
okay.
just doesn't work because it tastes like ass.
Yeah, that's the thing. You really have to, I guess, find something you like, how it drink. But if you're a weed smoker and you got the stuff that works for you, then that's all that matters, or whatever.
But they don't tell you where the source comes from. Oh, it says it's found in other animal tissues too, as including the human intestine. So it's probably coming from my intestines, which are full of Red Bull.
And semen.
Red Bull says that.
There is taurine in bull semen. That is not the source.
Yeah.
So
But they
one
don't
is
tell you
true, but
original.
the other
It's
isn't.
originally from that, but
They don't tell you what it comes
other
from.
stuff. Red Bull claims that
They gaslight us on it.
they claim that they're not using. They synthesize it.
No, but they don't ever say how they do that. Oh,
It says
And
it
see,
right
then they
here.
start throwing in big
reactivating
words.
Nobody knows what that is.
See
They
how
made
they
that
start
up.
to get us
Do you want me to Google these words
That's not
for
even
you?
a real word. Azidradine?
Okay, well, guess what? Walter White's making it. Is that somehow better than bull semen?
right, exactly.
I'll take the bull semen.
Right, it doesn't have bull semen. It has,
Give me
have
the
meth.
Give me the natural bull semen Red Bull. That's
Right.
what I want. I don't
What's so
want.
bad about bull
I don't want
semen?
the bus driver from Grateful Dead making my
Yeah,
energy
mixing up
drinks.
my little concoction in his RV. I'll take the first. Oh man, we're getting in deep now. I got to take some notes.
No, you guys don't need to. But I'm
Oh,
looking
we're
this
opening up the
up
scholarly article
to
hey, at
figure
least
out
it's a
if
legitimate
I
reference.
could figure it out.
It is fun.
I don't
you do
trust.
learn like this.
Whenever you get into science, I don't trust it.
You start like once we start digging in, you're like, this is BS.
Yeah, I don't trust science. Only God. God put the taurine in the bull semen, and that's all I need to know.
Well, I mean, if you really go back, he kind of did, or
Yeah.
someone did.
Yeah.
Science didn't put it in there. Someone did it. Someone was like, "Hey, when we made bull semen, let's add this to it." You got to think that's how it happened.
Somebody
by
drank
someone.
bull semen, and they were like, "Yo, this gets me going.
It could really use a little bit of taurine.
This enhances my muscle activity."
Yeah, that's like that is the worst way to find out. God, there's just I just keep thinking about that bit from Kingpin. We are talking about Kingpin earlier.
Yeah.
Whenever he milks the bull,
Yeah.
he like comes back. He's like, milk the cow. He's like, we don't have a cow, but we got a bull. Right after he drank the stuff, I had to get off my head. I was just thinking about that. Anyways, so all right, we're looking at some chemical compositions. I saw some.
No, chemistry is racist. It's not
No,
real.
you guys just keep talking. I'm in a hole now.
Chemistry's not real. It's racist.
No, I do think it's made up because here's the thing: we wouldn't know if it wasn't.
Yeah.
This is okay. They can call it hydrogen, oxygen, but we don't know that this stuff is really there. You know what I mean?
I see it with my eyes.
Yeah.
No.
How is? I think it is all mostly made up. I really do thinking about it. You know.
That's why I like to do home chemistry.
If there wasn't like a nuclear bomb that existed, then maybe.
But is there?
But how do you make that? You know, I guess you.
Oh,
get,
yeah,
you,
that is
you
wild.
gotta find like the magical nuke rock. How they? I guess.
And then you've got to refine it.
I don't.
that
for
doesn't mean
nukes?
anything. Refine it.
It's basically a fancy word for filter.
You gotta stick it in
It's
some
basically
Everclear
filtering
for a
something
month.
solid.
Just let it.
No, that's a different thing. It doesn't work with that. It's a solid, so they use a centrifuge.
Really?
Yeah.
So they separate something from it,
Yeah, they separate dirt.
and then what? It just blows up. And Einstein was like, "Hey, look at this rock.
I mean, it can.
It explodes."
It needs to get to, like, you need to refine it to, like, a very unnatural level to make it blow up.
So you heat it up or something. Oh, I heard
No,
like you shoot
you get it
particles at it or
extremely
something.
Yeah. I thought that's.
And
what
that
it
doesn't
was,
sound
a bunch
real.
Of like, yeah.
That sounds like Star Trek nonsense.
Yeah, shooting I've heard of like machines that do that. Shoot particles at each other. and
I wish
do
I could
stuff.
shoot particles
particle
out of my hand,
accelerator.
like Dragon Ball Z.
That would be sick. Particles you couldn't. You could. You just
Invent
may not
that.
be able to see them.
Yeah, that's what I
You
believed.
might be able to shoot particles out of your hand.
That's what I believed my entire childhood, was that I could shoot particle waves or something like that, some made up thing out of my hand.
And all your family was just like, let's just play into it. Every time he does this, it's like something happens. That could really mess you up as a kid.
No, I thought I just hadn't awakened it yet, and I had to.
Just had to, it's like a book had to
Meditate
open.
hard
You had to read
enough.
like a certain
Yeah.
scripture or something.
Yeah, we just had to awaken, and then we can do Dragon Ball Z moves.
That would be. I mean, I think that where we're at with America and the inflation, that would be something that could really get us pep back up if we figure out how to unlock that stuff.
That's why I'm not big into like psychedelic drugs and stuff, because I feel like people are always looking for like an awakening through
I've heard that a
drugs,
lot,
right? And
especially mushrooms and stuff.
the thing is, if there's not a drug that makes you be able to do Dragon Ball Z moves, then you're not really awakening your potential.
That is true. Yeah,
You're just on PCP.
Right. Yeah, you're just a PCP. That is funny. That's a good line, man. You know, that is funny. That is funny. Oh man. Oh no, and that part always like, not. I mean, she was a sweet woman, but I dated a woman like that, and she was super sweet. Really did. She was so good to me. But like, she wanted to do mushrooms. She's like, yeah, I heard that like they'll help reset you, and they'll do all this stuff. And I'm like, why can't we just do drugs just to get fucked up, or why put so much pressure
Right.
for the mushrooms to hit like that to where like you think the next and so I get what you're saying, like we got to kind of get away from that as society and just have a good time.
Maybe you can like improve your mental health by doing some drugs.
Do you think that's possible, like through mushrooms?
Sure,
Yeah.
I definitely have had mushroom trips where I was like, okay, this was good for me.
Give you perspective, or
Yeah. I think that's what it is, really, right? It changes your perspective, and it's kind of a passive change in perspective, even though you're the one who took the drugs. Uh, it takes over, and it's like you could never see the way you're seeing it if you hadn't taken some mushrooms. So, and they grow in the ground. I don't think there's anything wrong with mushrooms.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't think I'm gonna have this great spiritual awakening where now all my problems, all my barriers are broken free out of my way through psychedelics.
Yeah.
Just because
I think mushrooms are aliens.
that's possible too. They could have came here from another planet.
You guys think chemistry is fake, and I think mushrooms are aliens.
I don't really believe that, though. I'm just saying it 'cause it's funny.
Yeah, it is.
And because
really
I
funny.
don't understand it.
Yes, I just don't.
I'm
get it.
gonna
I found
hard mushrooms defend. If you're saying mushrooms are bullshit,
No,
then
I
you're
don't
telling
think
me
they're
that whales are not fake.
No, I'm saying they're good. They can
I
they
know,
can
I'm
be
talking
good,
shit.
but I don't think you should view it as this is gonna solve all my problems. I think you
No,
should
it's not
view
a
it
solution.
as I'm taking some drugs right now, and that's why I'm seeing things weird.
I'm gonna have fun, and it may get me something useful, but you should
yeah,
go
just
and
try
do
to
it.
have a good time.
Yeah.
Set yourself up to have a good time.
Yeah, good environment around good friends, good vibe, all that. Yeah.
Don't sit in your house and meditate on your whole life. Go
Right.
outside and take a walk in the woods, or with a buddy who's sober.
Yeah.
If you're stuck inside, you should listen to full albums.
Yeah.
Just listen to music. Yeah, we got lucky. When I was a kid growing up, down the road from us, we had a cow field.
Yeah.
And there was cow patties and there was mushrooms.
Nice.
So we went and we would get the mushrooms off the cow patties.
Patty flipping.
Yeah, patty flip. And we'd be there at night, and then eventually the cops would start riding by the field, and we would lay low when they'd come by and all that. And eventually word got out. So you would see like other high school students come by at night with the black bag and just hitting up our field and all that. But
Bet that
we were
farmer
lucky.
was getting lit all day. He was like, these kids are taking home my mushrooms. He was probably selling them.
We was taking his. He was like a hardcore like kingpin.
These
and we're
kids
in
are
there.
taking my product. Margie,
But as a kid, I didn't
get my
realize.
AK.
I didn't realize like we had back then. You know, like as a kid, you just didn't realize what you had. You had all access to mushrooms, and we probably could have died. But yeah, it was fun. we were making a mushroom tea at like 16. You know, like
Wow.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, I didn't get into mushrooms until like much later.
Yeah, it's definitely not a bragging point.
Probably
I definitely.
college. But it sounds like you had a weird life. You said you dropped out of high school.
Yeah, dude. I just like I hated.
But then you
school.
got an associate's and a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, and a
after that?
master's.
So
Yeah.
and a master's. That's
Yeah.
amazing, dude.
I mean, I went half to school.
And you're a
you know.
Marine.
Yeah.
You have a very interesting life.
It's a fuckery.
I feel like you got to talk about that on stage sometime.
my life is just a fuckery, dude. Like I dropped
You're a
out.
high school dropout, Marine Corps veteran, ex-professional bowler, master's degree graduate, and you're a father.
And not a single joke about any of them.
Right. And no one knows this about you
I know,
until they
like,
talk to you for an hour.
It's weird. Like I think there's still things that are very personal to me, you know, and
Yeah.
honestly, a lot of, not to talk about stand-up, whatever, but the last 8 years of my life has been dating and relationships, and
Right.
that's been a majority of it. I dated
Right.
someone for several years, and we had just the most toxic
And
back and forth.
Those are
and-
some of the best topics for stand-up comedy.
And you know, it's just where I'm at right now, you know. But you know, there is I hope one day, as I become a better comedian and a better joke writer, I can tap into that stuff. I really do, you know, because it takes some skill, you know, and I definitely want to get better and be able to tap into that. But yeah, just interesting. But I also envy the guy that came, you know, graduated high school, you know, went straight to college, had all his shit figured out, and he
Sure.
would be able to retire at, you know, damn.
But that
43.
guy, you know, I don't respect that guy as much because he didn't have to figure it out on his own. He just followed the pipeline. And he probably isn't as happy today.
Yeah, and you know, that's what's weird.
Like,
you know?
you still I'm assuming, don't have everything figured out in the
Oh,
world.
God, no,
And
never will.
And like, I bet you're happier than a lot of people who on paper achieved success the way it's always been done and the way everybody says you should do it, because you figured it out on your own. You were like, this is what I'm good at. This is what I love. I'm going to pursue these things to my fullest and become something, not just be another fucked up punk kid or something like that.
Well, it's kind of a weird survival thing, because I knew if I didn't go to school, if I didn't do this, it's going to be hard to make enough money to survive in this damn world, and my parents didn't have money. They were divorced when I was 2, so I didn't have a lot of safety net and have zero safety net now, which is a good thing because it will push you. That's one thing about America. Like, it's tough here, it's expensive, but it can potentially push you in your career. Not that that's necessarily a good thing or whatever, but it has helped in certain ways.
A dog backed into a corner usually
and that's
back.
And that's the truth, honestly. And there's been a lot of downs too. There's been times where I'm like, fuck, it's too much, But I do think there's a part to where if you hang in there, and you keep trying to improve, eventually you can start to unwind it. But I will definitely do. I'm 38, and like I don't feel much different than when I was like in my 20s or younger 20s.
Right.
I have more data to work with now, and I realize in certain situations I can predict stuff a little bit better, but I still do stupid shit.
Yeah.
All the damn time, and always will. Like, it just never stops. So
yeah, that's crazy, man.
it's just you get older, and like you're going to be having a kid here soon, and that's when a lot of your perspective starts changing. I know you've heard that a million times, but
and you're a girl dad, right?
Yeah, she's 13, so it's weird. I started my life. I got married in my early 20s, had a kid. I'm like 25, dude, going to work, like, I mean, I guess that's not weird going to work, but I'm going to work and coming home like a 35-year-old dude. And
right, honey, I'm home.
Yeah, honey, I'm home. Exactly. Which
I'm a child.
Right. And I still am at that point. And you're exactly right. So that's what's so weird about it. But
where's the meatloaf? I'm hankering.
Right.
Before I play some Call of Duty.
And that's exactly what it was too. I was still playing Call of Duty at the time. So I'm like trying to be like you hit a nail right on the head, man. So that's what's so weird. But it does help now that I'm in my late 30s. I did kind of get a little bit of stuff figured out that helps a little bit now, but fuck, dude, I'm never gonna figure it out. Never.
Yeah, and I think that's like something you learn as you go through life. Like I'm excited to have a kid to pass down the knowledge that I gained on how to be happy by yourself, like how to make yourself happy.
What do you think was something you would tell them?
Probably that, like, definitely stress that what your friend's image of you doesn't have to be you. And you don't have to do anything to please your friends or make people like you that you don't feel like is really the true honest you. And then, simple things that I feel like nobody ever taught me, like how to fix a car, how to do my brakes on the car, and how to not get blackout drunk or something like that.
I mean, but honestly, just those little tools passing down. Yeah. Like, I guess my dad...
Don't get blackout drunk.
Right, that's number one. Just don't do that. But it is funny. If you did pass that stuff down, it is helpful, Yeah.
And just kind of be open to their ideas as well. Try not to shut down everything I don't understand. Like, one of the things, I don't want to talk too bad about my dad, but one of the things my dad used to always do was, like, if you brought up something that you liked and you thought was cool, that was new, he would kind of shut it down and be like, oh, that's gay or whatever. And which is just honest. That's what he...
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't allowed to play the flute in high school because my dad said it was gay and that all the other kids were going to make fun of me. But I didn't care.
Yeah, you just want to play it. Yeah.
I just wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. I didn't really think about it like that.
Yeah.
And I never really liked that. I never really liked that anything that I thought was cool was gay.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, no, I think that, I mean, being supportive there, even if it's something you don't necessarily understand, because inevitably as a parent, you are going to, I mean, new stuff happens. I mean, I sound old, but like, I don't half understand TikTok. But in 10 years from now, there's going to be new things. And I think just being open, receptive, listening, being a good friend.
And I'm very afraid that I am going to be that way because I'm the very, like, critical person on certain things like pop culture and stuff.
Me
It's
too.
like,
Yeah, I
this
get
is
it.
the music I like. This is the music I don't really like because I don't really get why people like it or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to try my best not to be like that.
Right,
but I
right,
know
right.
it's going to be a challenge.
It is like I mean, even talking to my daughter, sometimes I notice there's times where I have to multitask. Like when you're on stage, you have to think, okay, how do I answer this in the best, most supportive, healthiest
Yeah.
way for her,
Yeah.
and taking my personal vendettas out of it and trying to give her advice that's going to actually help her.
Only
you know?
instead of not getting a laugh, you get emotional scars the
Right.
rest of your
Exactly.
life.
Like, yeah. Bombing there is like,
oh, you like this musical artist? It's so easy to just be like, that's gay. Why do you like this?
I know. And then that sticks with them forever.
They're like, oh, my dad didn't like the thing that I
And
thought
then
was
there's
cool,
another
and I thought
thing
he
she
was
doesn't
gonna
want to
like."
show you, and
Yeah,
she
now they're
represses
scared to
it.
show you something.
Yeah, and they repress that. So absolutely,
And then
yeah,
they become scared to tell you things that are important to them.
yeah.
Or things that they want to do or try because they think you're just going to shoot it down and say, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, there's nothing better. Like, this is such dad talk, but there's nothing better than your kid like calling you about a problem and talking to you
Yeah.
about it because they trust you. Because at least there's another human out there that they think, well, I know this person. I think they'll give me the best opinion. So, and I was just 20. It felt like 2 years ago. So it's weird. It's fun though.
All right, man, let's get out of here. You got anything you want to plug? Any stuff online that people should check out or something?
Nah, just Mad Addy Comedy's my Instagram. Otherwise, that's pretty much it, man.
Cool. Thanks so much for coming through, man.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me, man. I had a lot of fun.
All right, y'all. Peace.